We have probably my favorite pick of the format. Beauty and the Beast is easily the funniest deck on the planet. The fact that you can just hit them for an insane amount of damage with this card, Beauty and the Beast, like it's nothing, is ridiculous. This thing on turn 7 can hit for, I think, a lot of the times it could be 11 damage. So it's an 11-13, and it has Aura and Storm. Good luck, man. It's a ridiculous card. So stupid. The problem with this deck is if you draw Beauty and the Beast any point in the game, you're stuck with her. That's it. You cannot get it out of your hand outside of playing the card. If you draw way too many of them, your end game win condition is literally just gone. You have no other options. This is the only big payoff you have with Fable counters. So you could be struggling. It could be a bad time. Outside of that, we're going to get to Actress Faria. So this thing, an old card. Basically, you play it for 1, you tap it, and you can give something a Fable counter on the field. Pretty simple. But you mainly care about Fable counters going to the EX zone, so we'll explain that later. This cat card is pretty good. You play it, ping something on the field for 1. Could be the face, could be the field. And then the other effect that you actually give a shit about is you tap it, and you target a card on the field or the EX. A Fable card specifically. And you put this card, I think like 2 cards from the bottom or something. And then that card now gains 2 Fable counters. So if you get a Beauty and the Beast early in the game in your EX zone, this card, I'm sorry, that's already, if you're thinking in the future, because Beauty and the Beast is a 5/7 by itself. You play it from the EX zone, it gets a Fable counter, and you can use that. So that's a 6/8. This thing just made your Beauty and the Beast, what, like an 8/10 out of the gate? And it costs 1? That's ridiculous! This card's insane. But the problem is it goes away. It's not something that's recurrable, it's just on the bottom of your deck. That kind of sucks. But it would be pretty broken if you could just keep doing it. So, whatever. This is your consistency piece that also creates a Fable counter. So 1 mana, take a look at the top 4, grab a Fable card, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom, and you sack it, put a Fable counter on something. Strong. So, can't argue with that. This card's insane. This little Hatter Man. You play it, and if you have a Fable card on your field, you search your deck for any Fable card in the world, put it in your EX, put a Fable counter on it, and it's ridiculous. That costs 2. Most decks have to Evo in order to get an effect like that. That's ridiculous. It could literally get your win condition on turn 2. Like, what? Just out of your deck. It's ridiculous. So we go from that. Steel Demolitionist, pretty much a tech card, but strong. 2 mana, 2/3. You can banish a card from EX zone, ping something for 2. That could be face or field. If you have Chipper Skipper on the field, when you play a mercenary card, gets +1/+1 in rush. That makes this a 3/4. That's not small, because it's a mercenary. And it pings something, so it does a lot. With this card specifically, you can trade out quite a lot if your opponent tried to push. So, good. Hanged Man. Out of all the different variants for this current set, this is the only deck you have seen that plays this card, because it actually has synergy with the deck. So, after you do your big Beauty and the Beast turn, chances are you're out of card advantage. And if you have this little guy in your hand on turn 7, if you stare at the top of the card, because it's pretty awkward. So you pay 7, and with it, you're going to place the 8-cost spell that you play. You only play 1 of it. And it's in your EX zone, it costs 8 less play. 8 less to play. So this is a 7 mana play that does not require an Evo to play this. This is a board wipe. It gets rid of everything. There's not a single card on the field that can stop this. Everything's gone. Their house, their Evo deck, or not, I'm kidding. Their EX zone and their field is completely wiped. The only problem is, so is yours. It destroys cards on the field, sends everything in the EX zone, and discards your whole hand. Hanged Man cannot be destroyed by card effects, so you're at least keeping that. And you're like, wow, I discarded my hand. That's pretty strong. For the opponent, that's not good for me. Well, lucky for you, this thing puts the top 5 cards in your EX zone, which is incredible. Because the last thing you want to do in the late game is draw more Beauty and the Beast. That would lose you the game. So putting things in the EX is incredible for this deck. Chances are your EX isn't even going to be that full, so you're going to be able to take advantage of this. And it's a board wipe too. It resets the game. Your opponent has to scramble all of a sudden because like you just got rid of everything they were preparing. And sets you up for the win conditions. So that's really strong. That's why this guy's playing this deck most likely. Not only for the Chipper Skipper synergy with the deck naturally, but that thing could just win the game, dude. Like, you could Chipper Skipper into this in the late game, and that could be it. Your opponent might just get that mad. It's really sticky. Control decks have a problem with it. Even mid-range decks have a problem with it because they can't kill it. Because you can... its Evo is combo 3 and game +1/+1, which you might think that sounds kind of small. But that means this is a 4/4 that's on the field and can never go away unless they have a sale specifically. Most burn cards in the game right now only deal 3. 4 is pretty rare. They can't kill it based off of burn damage because it doesn't take damage. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. It can't be destroyed by cards, and it doesn't take damage from them either. So literally the only hope they have is a sale guy to swing into it, or if you got lazy and swung at them. You want to annoy them with it. And it's going to be annoying. You got the Finas, pretty self-explanatory like the other deck that was running it. You grab your 1-cost followers. You can pop 1 cost, which is pretty nice. But you play it for the Chipper Skipper synergy. And that's it. That's the main reason. This lady. So, when you play this card, you put a fairy token in your EX combo 3. You put a Fable counter on this. And with that, you remove a Fable counter from this card. Select an enemy follower on the field and ping it for 3. Tap it in order to activate the effect, but that's pretty strong. Just basic removal. It's not actually that good, but, you know, it's decent. And the fact that Chipper Skipper creates your combo means that it's going to happen a lot more. So that's nice. Good. This card is a really annoying removal card. Its effect can activate multiple times per turn. If it has a Fable counter on it, you can pay 1 and destroy a follower. Pretty simple. If it doesn't have a Fable counter on it, you can tap it and put 1 on there. It's a 1/4. It's not there to deal damage, folks, but it's annoying as hell. And your opponent will hate you for it. But that's fine. Egg, pretty simple. It's you discard your whole hand, hit the board for 5, ping them for 3. You don't want to do it all the time, but sometimes it'll help. You play 3 Alice, it's the center point of the deck. Playing Fable for a reason. Evo it. Look at the top 4, grab 2 Fable guys and slap them in the EX. Very good. Comes in with a Fable counter, has the effect of replacing that Fable counter on something else, which has synergy with Faria. Faria specifically cannot put something on the EX. Can only put Fable counters on the field. But because this thing's effect is not once per turn, take the counter from this, put it on this, take that counter, and put it on this. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Then we have Cassiopeia, or CC. This thing will ping followers on the opponent's side of the field for 1 damage times the amount of cards in your hand and on the EX specifically. So if you have 5 in hand, 5 in the EX, it'll ping 1 damage 10 times to things on the field. It'll probably create a board wipe. It's decent. Not necessarily the best card. It's pretty slow because it costs 5, but some people still prefer it. I've never really been a big fan of it, but you know. Pretty self-explanatory. The big man himself, Beauty and the Beast. Rush, Aura, if it's played from the EX zone, you give it Storm and a Fable counter, and it has an activated effect for 1 mana. You remove all Fable counters on it. All of them. If you have 20 on them, you remove 20. If you have 7,000, you remove 7,000. It's probably not going to happen. But it would be really funny. And this thing gains +1, +1/+1 for every single Fable counter that you remove. So if you have 5 on there, this thing's a 10/12, and that's pretty good. So with that, you kind of wraps out the whole video. This Evo deck's pretty tight. You run 2 of these guys, you don't really care about it. This deck, thankfully, is able to run 3 of these. You haven't seen a single list of any of them being able to run 3, but it feels really good when you can run 3, because you never have a dead copy in your hand. 2 eggs, because it's not the center point of the deck, but it'll happen, and it'll help. And then 3 Alice, because this is the center point of the deck. Besides that, that's the list. We've gone through all 5 different variants, all 6. Oh my days. So we had Puppets, we had Natura, we had Hunter, we had Pixie. Okay, so it was only 5. And then we had Fable. And with all of that, thank you for watching this deep dive. I'm going to try my best to keep going with these. But yeah, if you have any thoughts, questions about the different forest variants, period. It doesn't care about this meta specifically. You could play most of these decks whenever you want. They're strong, maybe not the best, but like these people are choosing these decks to compete with. Go to big major events and play with them. That's not small. That's pretty important shit. So please, if you have questions about it, ask me. I will do my best to answer. And with that, thank you for tuning in. It's been Boomfish TCG. USA Smells here. And catch you in the next one. Thank you very much.